Hi, I'm Monica Day, and this is an invitation to join me on a 28-week adventure called The Sensual Life, a new way of being. Now, first, let's talk about what does the word sensual really mean. In this culture, we tend to think of it as a code word for sex or sexual. And certainly, sexuality is a piece of our sensuality. But our sensuality is so much wider, broader, more interesting, deeper than just the small portion that is our sexuality. We are born into a body, and this vehicle is how we feel and process and express everything in our lives from the time we come into the world as a baby. And we touch babies so easily and they take that in, and then it changes over time. But we're still these beings wrapped up in skin and bones and flesh and touch and sound and taste, and our emotional body is really what informs our experience throughout our lives. And so this course really asks the question of, who are we in our deepest self? What is our essence, if you will? What is the core of our being? Are we grounded in that? Do we know how to be our most authentic selves in any circumstance? We start by exploring that self very deeply. Everything from, yes, our orgasm, to our livelihood, to who are we in relationship with others? How do we relate? Do we hold ourselves back? Do we censor ourselves? Or are we willing to say our deepest truth at any given time? How much do we protect? How free do we feel? And then we look at, who are we in the context of the culture that we come into. For myself personally, I was born into a Catholic family, had a lot of messages that came with that, of shame, a lot of repression that all had to be worked through. It's different for everyone. Whatever you came into, whatever aspect of the culture has shaped you, realizing that there is a shape, that something lingers from the place in the world that you hold. And it's not all bad, and it's not all good, but knowing what it is and knowing who you are there is critical to knowing how you want to be, how you want to experience your life. And then finally, we look at the spirit. We've done so much damage to ourselves trying to disconnect, trying to have the mind and the body and the spirit all be separate. This course invites you to bring that all back together, to integrate the self in some very profound ways. I developed this course really after a lifetime. I mean, to be honest, this course is 25 years in the making for me. It's a personal exploration that then became a professional exploration, but really is a calling. I found for myself, after I had done exactly what you were supposed to do. We're all handed a script. You maybe you get married, you have children, you have a career, you get a house, you get a car, whatever your script is. And I don't think I'm alone when I say that I got to a point in that script where I realized that something was missing, that I was missing. And I had to go on an excavation and find that missing self. And so this course really is a culmination of many, many of those lessons that I myself experienced. And then also in working with hundreds of clients as a coach, I started to see that it wasn't just me, and that this path that I experienced was very, very common, and that there were some ways that we could get back to that would restore parts of ourselves that I don't even think we realize we miss. But as soon as we see them, as soon as we touch them, there's this knowing, there's this, yes, That's it. That's what I've been missing. This course will feel very foreign in some ways and then strangely familiar in others. I'm going to encourage you after you watch this video to click on the link and read a little bit more about it. And if it just feels really out there, like this is so not me, if nothing tingles when you read about it, you know what? It's probably not for you, and that's okay. And maybe check back another time. Maybe it will be, or maybe pass it along to somebody. Maybe it'll be for them. But what happens most of the time with people that really want to do this work, that really want to take this journey, is either something in what I'm saying now or in something that you'll read, there'll be this very deep yes that you won't be able to explain. I'm going to ask you to trust that. Trust that little, yes, this is what I need. I promise you that that little yes won't steer you wrong, and in fact, it's probably the part of yourself that you most need to hear, that can show you things about yourself and about your life that you desperately want to know and just haven't had access to. That's why I called this course a new way of being. It's really not about doing. It really is, how do I be in this gift of a life that I've been given? I hope that you'll join me. If you have any questions at all, please just shoot me an email and let's go on this trip together. Thank you so much.